Hey, we should be live again. We should be here. We should be live. There's 3 people watching. Fuck my internet. The damn thing went and did a fucking shit attack for 5-10 minutes there. Everything cut out. I do apologize.
I'll be up feeding my fucking baby soon. We'll have to crack on. Get dead on with the next round.
We've lost everybody. There's only 2 people watching now.
Because it's a different stream.
Well, I couldn't restart the other one. It died. If it dies...
Where's the American bird? That was Canadian that said she was coming back in half an hour. She's fucked you right off.
Well, she had to go look after her child.
Yeah, that was an excuse.
No. Jada's his kid. Jada's has children.
She doesn't have any kids.
And the new kids. Land.
She ain't got no kids.
I feel so sad now. So sad. Right, when I
I'll definitely be back in half an hour. 3 hours later. Oh, fucked it. She's gone.
Babies, man. Have you got kids?
I have, yeah. I'm waiting for them to wake up any time now. We'll be shouting over this.
Oh no, you'll be grand. My little one is so used to it. She sleeps on the other side of that wall. Now she's not here tonight. She'll be here tomorrow, but she sleeps on the other side of the wall.
Up tonight.
Oh no, I usually do panels on a Saturday night, and Artie has been there for my panels on the Saturday night, as is Wildheart, and I be screaming at fucking mad Christians, telling them to shut the fuck up.
MathPig. Let's go back a couple of weeks, yeah? Hef's wife wears hearing aids and is quite deaf.
No.
So you understand where I'm...
On that topic then, right?
Don't you?
Right, well I'll ask Hef a few questions until we wait for nobody to come back. Was your wife...
But she yeah, well, you...
Okay, let me ask, right, well this is the poignant question, right? This is the poignant question. The whole idea of it was, if your child is born 100% deaf, and they can get a cochlear, whatever the fucking word is.
Cochlear implant.
Cochlear implant, right? The parents make the decision for the child to get the cochlear implant, but I was fighting for it at the start under the belief that they would get 80% or more of their hearing back. But from what we then looked at with studies and what people were saying, it's in and around 30 or 40%. So the argument
was, fucking savage.
The argument was, would you make that decision for your child and sort of put them in the middle, you know, where they can't fully hear everything, but then they're not in the deaf community either. You know, so is getting a child who is born deaf a cochlear implant a good thing or a bad thing? So on that context, I then ask you, was your wife born deaf and got a hearing aid, or did she get an implant, or other stories and the rest?
The former, just, born with a hearing impediment, given awful hearing aids in the early 80s, mid 80s.
Were they beige?
Treated as deaf a whole life, despite it being a disability, not treated as having a disability, not benefited from that disability, but has one, and has struggled for nearly 40 years with said disability, but isn't treated as disabled. Yet some people who are disabled with hearing get fucking parking disabled passes, etc. But her parents made the call to put her in school, in a normal school, hearing school rather than deaf, and treat her as a normal child, inverted commas normal, which she's done well. She's got 2 degrees. She's very intelligent, and she struggles a little bit sometimes socially and takes a little bit of time to hear, has to lip read, but she's extremely intelligent and does very well considering. But it's not hereditary, so our children should not be affected.
But you see,
but her parents made that call.
It was extra hard on her, and then obviously COVID was a nightmare when everyone's got a mask on the face.
Yeah.
Well, you see, that was the point that I would not the mask thing, but that was one of the points that I made once I sort of changed my stance from my original stance. If you are born deaf, and as your wife lived through the exact hypothetical that I made, because I was society and people are assholes. If you're in an area where you're expected to hear, even though your hearing is only partial, most people are under the belief if you have a hearing aid, then you can hear me talking. So most people in society are generally assholes and just accept and make no effort whatsoever. Don't sit and look directly at you.
Shout louder.
Yeah.
Shout louder.
Yeah, they
and assume you can hear.
Now, if she came forth as completely deaf, then and said I can only lip read, then people would make the effort to then directly talk at them. You know, because they're aware of it. Right. And that was one of the arguments that we were having. So it's maybe if you're
that's what you had with your sibling, isn't it, Robbie? Because Hef's probably not aware. Like you grew up with that, didn't you?
Being deaf.
You said, did you say it was your brother or your sister?
No, it was Savage. Savage was fighting because they are personally close to someone with.
Oh, sorry, I thought that was in your extended family as well.
No, I was under the belief at the start that when you got a hearing aid, you can hear 80% and above. So I was like, why would you not get your child a hearing aid? Why would you not give them that advantage? You know, why would you not let them be normal and hear everything?
Yeah, it's a good challenge. So it's all personal. So my wife can hear, in her best ear, 7% is the alleged number as to what a hearing, however they quantify a percentage as to whether I'm 100, whether I'm 90, 110, you know, quantitative analysis doesn't come to mind, but whatever that number is, her best hearing is 7%. So she's relied upon lip reading and a device to amplify sound, but there's an auditory delay, so she relies on lip reading. So she's brilliant in the pub quiz. Would struggle on here. Brilliant in the pub quiz because she can lip read at the people. But yeah, struggled in day-to-day life. And other people she knows who are deaf, as our friend who recently deceased, my brother and I. So he was a sign language. So some people he knew would have been classed as disabled for being deaf that were less deaf than my wife.
Yeah.
And she suffered for her whole life being disabled but not being categorised as that.
Because her parents made the decision to get the implant. Because they didn't want her to be perceived as a disability, they put her in a normal school. She was bullied for having a transmitter around her neck, as you would expect. Fucking 80s.
Like this, you know, like this.
Yeah, man, it was really shit in the fucking 80s.
Yeah.
And she did well. She very fortunate to come out the correct end of it, but very difficult. So the challenge we have now is my baby monitor is on right now because the baby's less than 2 feet from my wife, but she wouldn't hear them.
The youngest baby, just so they're aware of the full context, yeah?
The what? Sorry, Paul?
The youngest baby, so your second child who's like 6?
4 weeks old.
Wow.
Oh, congratulations!
Yeah, congrats.
So they won't be heard, so it's reliant on me to hear.
So as some of you know, I used to have a very big mustache, like a rotund mustachio mustache.
Yeah, I remember.
There you go. Wild Arch just made that connection.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. And so when it was very, very when it was well shaped.
If I can just confirm, I just don't want to put any pressure on. Hey, if you're happy enough to talk about this, right? I don't want to,
No, of course not.
For the people who did come back, all 3 of them that's watching, the internet crashed. It flashed out for 10 minutes. Hef asked me what the channel is usually about, and we were talking and stuff. So this is where give context of offline stuff. I joined. If you're comfortable talking about this, Hef, I don't want you to feel the first night.
So Hef's wife can understand me normally. And obviously, I try to talk in a manner that she can understand. But if I'm facing direct to her and I look like I look now, she has no problem reading my lips. When my moustache was very full, which some of you know it was, quite large. if it was kind of impinging on the lips,
Yeah.
was a
She
real
was
challenge for Hef's wife.
Yeah.
And so has the masks during COVID.
Oh yeah. That must have been.
And people don't make those allowances. They just expect you to understand what they're saying.
Yeah.
It's hard enough to understand as a hearing person.
I am absolutely useless at accent. Tell you someone's an American. You know, I could tell you someone's Australian. And I can tell you if someone's from Cork because you can't understand a goddamn word they're saying. But I generally don't hear accents, you know. It's just, I don't. And after that hangout, maybe a week later, there's a guy in one of the Discords that's been asking to hang out. He sent me a message and I was hanging with Savage. And I said, sure, come on in. We'll get to know you and, you know, offline and all the rest of it. Now, his parents were Indian and they moved to Australia, right? And we were talking and stuff. And we were talking for about 45 minutes before I actually realized that he was deaf and dumb. You know, I hate that phrase because of the but you know what I'm talking about, right? He was reading my lips and all I heard was an Indian accent that grew up in Australia, and I didn't hear, you know, that general tone that goes with it when you're low of hearing. And Savage had picked up on it straight away because they know a lot of people who are, you know, of that hearing. And I was like, man, I am sorry. I've just been talking like this and rolling my joint and back up again and this. And now it made sense why they weren't catching half of my conversation, because I wasn't looking at the screen. I was talking very fast, you know, but I didn't notice it at all. All I heard was an Indian person who grew up in Australia, you know.
No, absolutely.
The Wild Heart.
Yeah.
Would you like to try a thing?
Yes. Let's try a thing.
Right. Let's try a thing. I don't know if I'll be able to do it while we're streaming, but I found a new plugin for OBS that allows me to stream to multiple channels at a time for free.
Oh, cool.
I have no idea whether it would work.
Would I have to have OBS running as well? Or do you just need access to my stream?
I would need your RTP or your RTCP server, which you don't even fucking know what that is. So
I don't know that.
I call mine Steve.
You call yours Steve? And then now all of a sudden I just got a flash of the Wolf of Wall Street. With it being Steve Madden. Do you know when they're off their face and Kool-Aid's up the stairs? Steve Madden. No? Nobody else
driving the Lamborghini up the road.
Those
Wild Heart is
Quaaludes
Math
are
Rabbit.
really hard to get hold of.
Were you Math Rabbit Wild Heart?
No, I was just all the way through.
I got a bail.
Of course you do. We're boring now. Why did your giraffe move?
Night, bruv.
Yes.
You played well.
You
Artie.
missed it.
Artie, I love you.
I love you too, brother.
Are you going to be here on Saturday? The world depends upon it.
Like the superhero that I am, I will be there.
I will see you there. And if, now, because you said superhero, two things I expect. Number one is a cape. Number two is your underwear on the outside of your trousers / pants.
Just equipment's going to be crushing, I'm afraid.
Hey, MathPig, I'm
Flow
not...
State. No, Flow State. This was actually a Quiplash hangout, and my internet. Artie, see you later, man.
Okay, gotta go see Mom.
Uh,
Bye, guys. Pleasure.
It was a Quiplash stream. We had some females on, and then my internet fucking crashed, and we lost everything.
Speaking of those females,
Crypt, would you like to come in? And Alice, get back in here.
oh, this I was just about to mention Alice.
The fuck is Alice?
Say, I don't expect you to give it out on the stream, but you know, Robbie, can you text me Alice's number?
No, but I'll give you her Discord information.
Is it coffee,
I'll accept
MathPig?
that.
Pardon?
What's in the flask?
I
know you're on the green tea, but what's on the flask?
Oh, he's on the blue juice. Go ask him then.
Nothing. No, absolutely
You're
nothing.
just pretending. Just fucking.
No, it's just nearly empty. There's a little bit. It's just nearly empty. It's highly caffeinated wine.
It's fucking Buckfast.
Buckfast, yeah.
He's on the fucking bucky there, so he has. Again!
The guy that I have literally done all my work at work until. Remember, I left you, Wildheart, and I said I'd done all the work for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went in and I went round to the guy who like runs the entire tanker line, and I was like, look, I've done everything. I've done everything up to tomorrow. I've also tidied and I've put everything away.
I've got 7 bottles of Buckfast in my locker.
Give me more shit to do. What's coming next? So I've done Monday's work as well, man. All right.
Yes, sir. Does that mean you get a day off?
No, I don't. You see, I still have to go to work, right?
Right.
But because there's guys where I work, right? I'm trying to do the mic. Where I work, they're obviously, I'm working in a factory and they're welding farm machinery. So say there's a guy on the floor called Mr. Willis. Mr. Willis was given a tanker on Monday, and I go up and check with Mr. Willis, and I'm like, are you nearly finished putting that fucking thing together? And he's like, no, I'm not going to be ready to Tuesday. You know? So there's no point in doing Mr. Willis's kit. But his brother, being the cooler guy that he is, he was given a tanker on Monday. So I've asked him, and he's like, man, I'll be finished in about an hour. So I've got his kit ready, sitting for the morning.
Yeah.
So I just have to go into work and drive on a forklift up and dump it at his door and go back again. You know? I've also done that for the people. I was like, when are you I'll be finished Monday, right? Your kit's finished. I'll be finished Monday afternoon, right? Your kit's finished. So I'm very little to do for the next couple of days at work.
No.
Hey, MathPig. I think I've told you this on private message.
I
before.
will make you, Alice, join the stream, but I'll make you join the stream after the stream ends.
MathPig, I promise I'm not joking when I say this, yeah? And I think I've messaged you this before.
I know a lot of straight men have told me I have a nice ass after the stream. I understand that.
Oh,
F will understand,
it
yeah?
is gorgeous. Yeah. Yeah.
Our third brother spent something like 20,000 Australian dollars on buying a forklift license where he could drive up to 80 tons.
You know.
And he has never moved a fucking box.
Where our place literally does the what is it, trial by fire. All right. Now I've done a basic forklift license, right, which allows you to lift certain weight on a basic forklift. Now it's out of date by about 6 years, right? I haven't kept it up to date because I've not needed it, you know. But they put me back into the store, and on the very first day, it's like 3 stories tall, and they're like, I need that pallet down from there, Robbie. Like, I'm in the place an hour, and they're like, I need that pallet down from there. So I get the pallet, I take it down, set it on the floor, and they were like, okay, so you can use a forklift. That's good to know. I'm like, okay, so that was all right, fine.
Like, I don't think that sounds that high to the average user, but like, seriously, that's a big lift, you know?
Yeah, and man, there is literally 2 inches inside. They're all in pallets. My dad's there 2 years longer than me, right? He also works in the store, and today he was pulling the forklift out, and he had the forks too high, and at the very last bit, caught it, and it's a post here and a post here. No, there's nothing in the middle. So he dropped nearly 200 steel giant wash bushings all over the floor, everywhere. It was a complete mess, you know. She's coming. She's coming. Not right now. I don't know if she's got her dildo, but Alice is coming back. Cryptomeria, you come on in, Crypt. Crypt's always good fun.
What the fuck is your microphone cover like? The blue.
Pardon?
What is your microphone cover, MathPig?
This goes along with these badges. My father used to be in the Territorial Army. Okay, that happened. Did
That doesn't work for me, sorry.
Did your blue tag give away?
Yeah, it's going to be hard to recover.
It's a nice shirt.
I'll put him backstage until he sorts that. And
He's gone. He's
no,
gone.
I put him backstage because it's all a lot of it makes me trippy. My father did.
Yeah, I apologize.
My father did a year in Iraq, over 6 months and he did a year in Afghanistan. 6 months in Afghanistan after that. This is a bandana that he brought me back. It's an army bandana from Bastion, I think it was in Iraq. Bastion base, it's an army. These are also the badges for his regiment and his platoon, or whatever it's called, you know. All the boys come back safe. Everybody that left his army base came back safe. Got to go out. Every time he got to go out, there was a party on the base where they don't pay tax on any alcohol whatsoever. So yeah, there was mad drinking sessions before they went. Big parties. The fact that everybody came back alive, as I say, that's a great thing. But I met some very good lads.
So it's a microphone diffuser.
Pardon?
That was your dad's.
No,
There's
it's
your
a cheap
microphone.
microphone, right? I don't like wearing headphones. All right? I don't like wearing headphones. So I have a surround sound system, which is very difficult when you're streaming, that you don't get an echo. Hence the carpet on the wall, so I don't get any reverb. And then I have this here to stop the speakers sound coming. I've then put a noise gate on the mic as well. So all you should hear is me when I reach a certain volume. So if the volume of people talking doesn't reach a certain volume, the mic won't. Talking so that it doesn't hear anyone talking over me. That's why this is here. I should just spend £100 on a decent mic, but that's £100.
That is what a professional does. Yes, I do fuck it up.
It was £15 for the carpet off-cut, and it looks lovely and straight. But here, behind this, it's like wiggly, 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 wiggly. Hello, Bree.
Perseverance.
Hello.
Oh, can't hear us just yet. You asked me earlier, Hef, the epistemology of my name. Did you use the word
I
epistemology?
couldn't hear. Sorry.
Hello.
Etymology, probably.
Pardon?
Etymology, did I say?
Etymology.
Is that where it came from?
I knew it was some sort of, but that's a nice word that you used. I like people.
The origin.
I used to be, when I joined the community, really quickly, because everybody who's watched the channel knows this shit. But when I joined the community, I don't like labels. I don't like atheist. I don't like agnostic. I don't like theist. You know, I don't like being pigeonholed, because what I find when you have these online debates, if you say I am this, it doesn't matter that a week before you said something else, or a week before you included this, or a month before you said something else. When you describe yourself as something, the person you're working with or talking with will generally pigeonhole you on everything. You know, you could be a polytheist with a twist. You could be, you know, anything. But nobody is exactly one thing. Everybody is grey. Everybody is a mix. So I come up with the name of Math Magic Pagan. Math being a love for science. Magic being a fact that I've experienced things that can't yet be explained. And pagan as an expression that I'm not a Christian. And people complained that it was far too long. Like, fuck me running, you know. That's long, but it has nice...
Running 160.
Yeah, but your syllables... No, your syllables are good. You know, it's 1, 2, 3. Mine is math, magic. It's fucking very... You know, it's drolled out. So, we did like a vote or a poll. And people decided to call me MathPig, because I always be rolling around in the mud. And then I ran with it. And if you're watching the stream right now, you'll see the evolution of what that became, which was originally my pigsty background. And then a friend of mine, what the fuck, Mr. Willis, are you inside a lit up tire? The pigsty is now a spaceship, because I do like physics, I do like astrophysics. That was my thing. Oh no, that's awful. You need to fix your mic and your camera. Putting you backstage. Hello, Bree, and hello, Flow State.
Hi, mate. Hi, Flow State.
Hi.
What's going on?
We're playing Quiplash, and then my internet decided to shit itself for about 10 minutes and just cut out. So I
do not know what Quiplash is, but that sounds pretty awful.
Quiplash is a game, something that people refer to, something very similar to Cards Against Humanity. It's
Okay.
It's like a
Yeah.
fun stream, you know. What would you do on a holiday? Marry Jill and Wildheart. You get a laugh, you get.
I got you.
You know. Bits and giggles.
You're driving, Flow State.
What's that?
Are you driving now?
I am driving now. And let me know if my audio's goofy.
Oh no, your audio's fine. I'm just worried that you're driving.
Where are you?
Oh,
at,
don't
Flow
worry
State?
about that.